What's happening, people? Welcome back to the Brothers Geek Out podcast. We're back with another episode to give you an update on what's been happening in the pop culture world. We've been watching a few things. We'll give some reviews on what we've watched. Umbrella Academy Season 4, Twister, Supercell Season 2 is back. Acolytes has been cancelled. So we've got a few things we want to talk about today. But on that note, I'm joined with Kibbs. How you doing, bro? 2014 Tough Mudder. I remember that one. It was a good one.
I know, it was a funny one. All good, bro. Just doing the everyday stuff, trying to get by. Finished a piece of artwork, which I'm really happy with. It came out sick, bro. Came out so good. And so it's something that I want to introduce so that we get to, it's my business. So I'm going to start selling custom made jackets to people. More info to come, but check out Kibla Ahmed Art, Instagram. I've just posted the final version, but I'll do the full process as well. But
can you show us something here? Can you show me something now?
Hold on. Let me bring it.
Why not, man? Why not? People who's watching. If you're not watching, check out the Instagram pages and stuff, Kibla Ahmed Art. And if you are watching, quickly just check this out. Maybe you got it on a different tab or whatnot, but check this piece of artwork out. And do follow Kibla's journey to see how it's drawn. There we go, Deadpool and Wolverine. Oh, it's blurred out. There you go. Yes.
That sounds like that sounds like that's what's her name? That's Nia's favorite word at the moment. Let me take the blur off. Hold up.
What favorite word?
She says there you go, isn't it? That's her word.
Ah, that's cute.
Yeah, so there you go, man.
Effing go. So it's for viewers who ain't watching, do check out the Instagram page so you can see it. But basically, it's that iconic, I would say iconic now, from the X-Men 97 cartoon where Gambit was riding Wolverine. But in this version, it's Deadpool riding Wolverine, which is pretty cool. And how are you drawing that? And how are you pasting it on a jacket? So like, what is it you're drawing that with?
So, hold up, man. The room's a mess. Blur the background, man. When Alara grows up, Ola should be like, "Man, my messy room." So, recently I got to go watch Alien Romulus, and we were invited to the UK Gala screening. So shout out to 20th Century Fox and Disney for that invite. And then I thought, you know what? I've got this jacket. It's been, like we're going through clothes, bro, and like there's stuff I don't wear no more, bro. And it's like, how can I recycle this and use my talents on it? So, the first painting drawing I did was of an alien with its mouth out and everything, and it was perfect to walk the red carpet with. People were excited, and I was hoping to catch Fede Alvarez's attention if he saw it because he was doing an interview at the time, but it was too late by then anyway. Had to go in, grab our seats. But what, it's an old denim jacket, and I've just used, like, I bought some fabric markers, ink markers from Amazon, and this is the first time I'm drawing on denim, so it's a whole different technique. So the aliens didn't come out exactly as bright as I wanted it because I didn't put an undercoat on it, which I should have done, and I think that's where it would have popped and people would have noticed it a lot more. But because it was quite shady and my sketchy style, it was only a certain amount of people got to see it anyway. But I really liked it. But then that night I came home, still hyped over. I was hyped over aliens, but I was just hyped on. Oh, this is really cool. Like, this is something I'd like to introduce to the business that we run on the art channels, and do customized jackets for people, but for myself as well. Like, when we do, how do I mix the art world with the premieres and things that we do? So when I got back that night, I was like, you know what? I've got this sick idea to do. Like, I wanted to do the Gambit and Wolverine because I love that image. It's such an iconic image. But then I was like, oh, let me just go with the hype and do the Deadpool Wolverine one and have Deadpool sitting on his back instead. So I'm using fabric markers, but what I do is now I put like a white layer down. And, I first drew it on the iPad just to try and get the idea and the scale of it, and then penciled it onto there once I put a kind of undercoat on where I can. It's almost like a piece of paper, but it's so difficult, bro. Like, some people are amazing with a paintbrush. So I've seen videos where people just use a paintbrush and like it's loads of it's practice, isn't it?
Mm.
So then I was like, I'm gonna have to do it my way because I know how to use markers. And with that design, it was like, you know what, it's quite striking. So it was like, I want to make it stand out. I want to make sure the colors pop as well. I want it to have that animation look still. And so I did that. And yeah, man. So it's something I want to do moving forward. I want to do custom jackets for people. Whether it's a t-shirt or a jacket, I want to be able to do that. So that's exciting. I've done that the past couple. I've been more creative now since knowing that I'm doing work for myself now, so I can be creative and hopefully, inshallah, make some money from it as well, and it pay the bills properly. Other than that, Idris is coming around later. He's staying over today, so we've got Idris around.
Oh, that's cool.
Little ones are growing quick, bro. So quick. Like New Year's new word is, "Here you go, there you go, here you go." That's
I need to hear it, man. Record it or let's talk to her later, man. I miss them.
Yeah. And as always, guys, sponsored by Cherish Clicks, your magic mirror selfie booth. So if you guys have got any events or anything like that coming up, give Cherish Clicks a shout. I'll keep all the information in the description below. It's a magic mirror. So basically, you pose in front of the mirror, it takes a photo, and it gives you instant prints, or we can send it to an email or a phone. So we want to be doing loads of kids events. We just had a booking for a kids party. It's in December, but we've got the first proper booking, and we're getting into want to do corporate events as well. So people that are doing office parties and things like that, keep us in mind. But we are proud sponsors of the Brothers Geek Out podcast.
Awesome. Cherish Clicks, guys, check them out.
Cherish Clicks, yeah. But yeah, that's about it, bro. Other than that, with the free time, you get to watch things in the background. Got to watch quite a lot of things as well, but we'll go through it, man.
Yeah. Cool, man. Nice.
Sorry.
Nice. Yeah. I've been from my side, it's been cool. Like we're trying something out, guys. I don't know if you've noticed or you might notice that we're kind of doing this every 2 weeks now. It gives us time to breathe in space and also set up clips. In between, obviously, you get reactions, shorts, and all that sort of stuff. But we wanna really spend more time giving our reviews and thoughts on stuff. And so we've dedicated let's do good 2-hour podcast or whatnot, and then rather than trying to rush it into one hour or whatnot. So in the last 2 weeks it's been cool. Just been busy, just working, trying to keep up with training. Dubai is still super hot, so I'm waiting for it to cool down. But other than that, it's been all right, man. I mean, we're looking to do some exploring tomorrow in Dubai, just drive out into the desert a little bit, which should be nice. And hopefully the sky is clear. We can get a chance to see some stars. So we haven't utilized that really. I've got a 4x4 car. Not that I'm going to go driving into the desert, but I could go a little bit off-road. And we got a sunroof that's, the whole
panoramic ones.
Panoramic one, that's the one.
Yeah.
The whole ceiling can open. I mean, you can see through it. We're not gonna open it because it's bloody hot. But I was like, let's just go there in the evening, just put the seats back and just gaze up in the stars. Something simple as that, and it's gonna be nice. So I'm really looking forward to it. Tomorrow I'm teaching Mabs's kids kickboxing and MMA, but kind of starting off with kickboxing. He wants me to teach his kids. So I figured I'll teach them the basics, man. So yeah, that's gonna help me. And my teaching
Mugendo, yeah.
Mugendo, teaching helps me kind of understand the technique a little bit. But I've been thinking about with Mabs, what for the kids, you gotta respect their attention span, and also I can't go into details of technique because that's gonna be boring. So just kind of try and figure out how to be keep it short, sweet, and fun. So we're gonna do that, which is awesome. But yeah, other than that, man, everything else. Yeah, it should be good. It's something that's what my passion is. Not to teach martial arts. I mean, martial arts, I told Mabs, I'll teach them the basics, but if you really want them to advance, they got to go to a class. But he's happy with me to at least get them in the basics and at least let them understand a bit of the movements and stuff.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And then, there she is, little Nia, little cutie, with a little ponytail. Oh man, I can't wait to see her. Look at her.
Hello, Sasa.
Oh, face all over the camera. For those watching, I'm sorry that we cannot expose the baby's face on the internet. We're not into that.
Go for it, man.
But yeah, other than that, what else has been going on in Dubai, man? Just nothing else really. It's just been hot and stuff, man. No, it's just been hot. Trying to get into some of me and Kibs are trying to work some things out in Dubai with the Brothers Geek Out podcast. So always hustling on that front. What else has been going on? I got liver involved in my diet. I don't know. I guess I'll get that start conversation about that. But I've always been deficient in iron, and I've always been taking iron pills and whatnot. But I figured I might as well eat little bits of liver. It's butters,
Okay.
in my opinion. In my opinion, it's butters. I don't like the taste of it. But I buy like 700 grams, and then I chop it up into little 100-piece grams and just eat a piece a day. Not only am I getting the iron, I'm getting the protein and all the other minerals and stuff that comes with liver. And you know, with like, you know, for example, wolves or something, when a pack of wolves like strike down a prey, you know, the alpha male goes straight for the liver, because that's the one that had the liver is what has all the nutrients and minerals, most of the nutrients and minerals in it. So it's such an important organ meat to eat. So I figured I'll get that involved in my diet, man, and just trying to keep healthy and whatnot, man. Just trying to keep the health good, trying to keep the body strong. And whatnot. As I'm getting older, I can feel it, man. I'm just like up like you go jiu-jitsu, you're rolling with these young big dudes, come out with your hip all busted and whatnot. It's been tough. But yeah, and I was talking to Yusuf about it. We've done a Geek Out podcast with Yusuf that should come out within the week or two. And we're talking about that. He's getting into it. He's young, training 5-6 times a week. I was like, I wish I could do that now, man. I can't do jiu-jitsu that many times a week. Just the recovery is tough for my body. But do check that one out, guys, when it comes out. We talk about the process, his journey, my experience and whatnot. And we geek out about the martial arts, which is always fun. Yeah, man, that's it, bro. Sam, I feel like I had no updates because I've just been working. It's been super busy, man.
No, same, bro. It's just it's I suppose it's hard to keep up with everything at the moment. And look, say hello. Just hello. You don't have to go. You don't have to show your face, man.
Sup, Idris?
He said, "What's up?"
I'm fine.
Okay, come on, guys.
Good boy. We're in the middle of recording, guys.
Sorry, we're gonna have to try and blur that out or just put something on their faces. But yeah, I know it's been full on. But yeah, lots of changes coming. Like even with the socials as well, I've realized like there are some, like I post on like Threads and Twitter where we don't get nothing on there, and it's like, you know what, I'm gonna change it up. So on Twitter and Threads, I'll put down like our initial reviews for movies or any thoughts and behind the scenes stuff, but I won't put no videos up on there anymore because they don't get no interaction, and it's one less thing on me to do.
I was wondering, I'd be interested to see what happens if we upload one of our movie reviews on Instagram and to see how much views and whatnot it gets and interactions. Like on YouTube, the podcast, like I say, is the long form content, and that's the one that gets the most views out of everything compared to the short term. I'm surprised. The podcast is always like an hour and 20-30 minutes long, and that's what gets most views, which is great because that's what we're trying to push on YouTube and whatnot. But the clips don't get as much. But you know, like let's just keep. I'll be interested to see what a long form clip, like a movie review or whatnot, gets sort of interaction on Instagram. But we've been getting some love, man. Listen, man. Again, shout outs to people, man. We've been getting some love on our content, the podcast, Fight Talk, some of the clips, the shorts, Instagram, YouTube, the whole lot, man. So thank you, everyone, man. I really appreciate all the love and you know, that we're getting on those channels. It's always amazing. It's always appreciated. And I always try to, especially with Fight Talk, I love it. We had some comments or whatnot. I love just interacting with individuals and kind of geeking out about fights. We're going to talk about, you asked a question, you put a questionnaire out on Instagram, so we're going to answer that question later on during the podcast as well. So that'll be a little clip for someone who asked that question. So shout out to that person.
So that's Aaron J watches. So thanks for that, dude. So we will talk about it. You know what? I didn't even pick, you know, so when we get to it, we'll go from there.
Yeah, I got it all up. But yeah, cool, man. So do you want to get into it? Should we get into it?
Let's do this, bro. Let's do this.
Let's do it. Well, guys, as usual, I didn't say this in the beginning, but as usual, check the description. The timestamp will be there, so you have the opportunity to skip this part or skip to any part of the show, really. But as always, we do want to touch on real world issues because it is stuff that we talk about, that we think about. And when I say it affects us emotionally, it affects our humanity. So we do want to touch on it and speak on it. So It's our opinions, it's our thoughts, and it's based on our emotions and whatnot. But as always, free Palestine, free Sudan, free Congo, free Bangladesh, all of them. I mean, it's still what's going on in Palestine and Sudan and Congo is still going on. It's still horrible. It's a shame that it just doesn't come to a resolution. There's all these peace talks, not peace talks now, ceasefire talks, but they've been talking ceasefire for the last 10 months. The UN and all them, look, the council, whatever, they've all signed off on a ceasefire, but that those evil people they just don't want that, right? The evil people in charge. I did see something this week that actually broke my heart a little bit, man. But I'm putting it out there, man. I saw Chris Evans signing rockets in Israel, and I'm just like, that one. But Chris Evans, man, Captain America himself, and it broke my heart. But I'm like, broke my heart. One, you shouldn't be attached anyway, and two, it just goes to show that he is obviously doing his job as an actor. He's not Captain America. The real Captain America with his real values would see what's happening, will see that's a colonial empire that's trying to kick the indigenous people out of their land and steal it and do the right thing. So obviously Chris Evans is an actor doing his thing. It did hurt, but you know what? Like the way I see it is like there's a couple of group of people. There's one who knows those rockets are going to be used on innocent people and innocent children, and they're evil motherfuckers, right? They exist. I'm not saying Chris is one of them, but I'm putting him in one of these lump sums, right? Two, they have something on you. That's why you're forced to do it, right? Be it you don't want to lose your money and shit, or two, they have something on you. And Jake Shields, who's an ex-UFC fighter and is a top class MMA fighter, was recently talking about it on a podcast. When he went to Israel back in the days, he was saying that they tried to entice him with women and underage girls. And he was like, what the fuck? And so they have these things on people. And you know what? Epstein, everyone knows about Epstein and his island and how many people he had and how many politicians and scientists he had under the thumb. And apparently he was a Mossad agent as well. So they have something on you which forces you to do it. Three, you're ignorant to the news, the mainstream media, which demonizes the Palestinian people, which just demonizes them and doesn't really talk about doesn't give you the real perspective. So you're just ignorant to that and you think that you're doing the right thing. But for you to sign a rocket that is going to blow up innocent people, because you can't miss it now. It was kind of heartbreaking, but that's just the way it is. Like I say, can't get too attached. But it was, I couldn't believe I saw Chris Evans. I was like, shit, man, you motherfucker. Like, I'm sorry, man. I can't not put it out there. Like, you're not Cap, man. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck. Listen, I'm gonna watch Captain America. I'm a hypocrite. I watch those things, and I'm trying to, I pull it out there. Like I do still enjoy those, even though a lot of them should be boycotted and whatnot. But man, you lose a little bit of me personally. I'm not talking about people in general. I lose a little bit of respect.
Definitely, you do.
Children
I saw that clip
dying.
as well.
15,000 children dead, and you're signing that shit. I'm sorry, I lose respect.
They must have paid him, bro. He must have got paid.
Paid, or they got something on him. I'm just saying that.
That's why the way it all seems at the moment. They've either got like such a chokehold on you, or you're getting paid. You know that clip you put up of Yusuf Yakub, yeah, because I follow his stuff. He's awesome. Wicked, bro.
I like him.
He's
Yakub.
And it's such a. I think he was taking the piss out of Michael Rappaport.
Rappaport. Yeah.
He was taking the piss out of Michael Rappaport there, which is, I mean, it's the way of the world, bro. Greed, people, the way they work, like it's weird, bro, because like, everybody has their respect in how they put themselves out there. Like we have put ourselves out there. I suppose we see a great responsibility in putting ourselves out there and knowing what's right and what's wrong. And we're seeing stuff for ourselves. We're learning stuff for ourselves. That's why I keep saying it's more education than me trying to force feed something down your throat. It's just as Chris Evans, you lose, guy. That's what I can say.
I'm sorry, man. I'm not trying. Like, I don't know how else to put it, man. But you lose. The same with The Rock. He comes to me. You're not the people's champ. Muhammad Ali was the people's champ. He spoke up for the people, and you want to collect. Like you lose. I lose respect. Children are dying. Innocent people. Listen, man. I say this all the time. If it was just Hamas dying and military people dying, I wouldn't give a fuck. We wouldn't even speak about it here. But the fact that children are being slaughtered, right? Innocent people are being slaughtered. Women and men are being slaughtered. Palestinian prisoners, getting raped and
Bro,
all this sort of stuff. It's fucked up. And then you claim to be like people's champ. You claim and you don't speak out. Listen, quick shout outs to Zendaya. Zendaya actually reposted a charity thing which was for Gaza, and it generated millions and millions of charity and whatnot. So shout outs to her. And that I'm not saying like, oh, like amazing to her, but this is the responsibility that they have. This is the power that these influencers have at the end of the day. You do one repost from her and you're able to generate millions for the innocent people in Gaza. So there's been a few people out there, like the Weekend has always been donating and stuff like that. So, Mac Malone.
Yeah.
So, but shout outs to her. That's the first thing I've seen from her, I believe. And I'm not saying people need to do whatever the hell they want. It's up to their conscience or whatnot. But if someone does do something, I'm gonna say shout out. There was this recent thing about an award, a journalist, basically.
Bisan.
Yes.
Yeah. So like there was 150 people, Zionists. They're Zionists, bro.
Actors and actresses. Yeah.
That said that she doesn't deserve it, but it backed out anyway. That she's still gonna get it. But to be honest, she doesn't even want that. She just wants people to. She just wants the war to stop, man. She's been there for 10. Her home has been destroyed.
Yeah, but she just wants people to know. She wants people to see the truth.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, bro, listen, people are seeing it, bro. People are seeing it.
Oh yeah.
When people talk to me about it, people, they know, bro. They know. We've come too far not for people not to be educated and not seeing it no more when it's plastered.
Oh
everywhere.
yeah, you can't hide it.
They tried to stop it, bro. They tried to stop it.
They
still can't stop it.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say they cancelled. What's the comedian's name, man? Basim Youssef. But
Basim Youssef, yeah.
But I think he posted something. I think he said he took his Twitter off because he was getting death threats to his family, and he said it got serious, not just normal death threats. It got serious, so that's why he took himself off Twitter for the safety of his family and whatnot, which is crazy. I mean, listen, man, the fact that they're giving out death threats, the fact that they're rioting in Israel, and a group of, listen, when I say Israel, remember, there are people protesting against this. There are people protesting against and calling Netanyahu, I'm talking about Israelis in Israel, calling Netanyahu and his team terrorists and shit like that. So you have to, I'm not saying all of them, right? But there is that people who are protesting for the soldiers who rape Palestinians. Like, it's crazy minded out there, man. Those people, again, far right people. So I need people to understand that as well, man. Like, first of all, the innocent children in Israel are innocent, and if someone's got brainwashed, it's not their fault, right? So again, we need to save them. Like, we need to save the Jewish community from the Zionists, because the Zionists again are using that Jewish community as and a scapegoat and using and steal their religion, and we need to save that. Because Basim Youssef posted something about there was this woman back in the day, she was high level in Israeli something, and they said she was saying something about we use anti-Semitism as a weapon. That's why we use it. That's why they keep saying it. But remember, it's Zionist. Zionism is, I don't give a shit. It's a racist colonial group. Right, they are nothing to do with Jews and whatnot. So that's what I'm saying. And then, like, the innocent people in Israel who are protesting against this war, who there are generally ones that do want peace. There was one kid, remember, who refused to be involved, and he went to prison in Israeli prison because he refused to join the army, and he was on Sateo doing an interview. So there are people like that in Israel. So we can't group up every single one of them, but those people, like I say, that are happy to do this and kill children, again, most evil people on the planet, and again, seeing like Chris Evans, I'm putting his name out there again, like, if he knows what's happening and he chose to sign that, then he falls in there. In my opinion, he falls in there as one of the most evil people on the planet. I don't give a shit, man. If you know it's a bomb's killing innocent children, you're evil. You're an evil person, signing it with a smile and put a star on it. Fuck you, man. Like, not just him, but all the other ones that did it. Fuck you, man. That's disgusting. That is disgusting.
As Mr. Delaney said, bro, F you 6 times.
Yeah, straight up. Shouts to him and his book. Ryan Reynolds is a gem, man. Like, he's really promoting everyone in the movie. He's really giving each individual a shine. And even with Paul Delaney, is it Paul Delaney? Sorry, yeah. Peter Delaney, right?
Yeah. No, well, hold on, bro.
promoting his
No.
book and everything. Shout outs to him, man.
And dedicated the movie to his son.
Beautiful. Is it? I didn't know that. That's beautiful.
That's at the
man.
end in the credits, yeah.
Oh, that's if you listen to that book, it's heartbreaking, it's heart touching, but Peter Delaney has just got such a sense of humor. No, I don't know, he just put it in a way, man. He expressed himself. So yeah, Ryan Reynolds is a freaking gem, man. I love that dude, man. What else, man? Yeah, so yeah, that's been tough, man. I know that there's this big scare about Iran and whatnot. Them guys want it, man. Yahoo wants it. The fact that Iran hasn't struck back.
Rob Delaney. Rob Delaney.
Rob Delaney.
Rob
Sorry.
Delaney.
Rob Delaney, not Peter. Sorry. Peter is his name in freaking
His
Deadpool.
name.
But Rob Delaney.
Yeah.
The fact that Iran hasn't gone out with a full-on strike. I mean, I'm telling you, man, it just goes to show who wants war and who doesn't. Who's like going out there bombing different countries and all this sort of stuff, and they're not attacking back because Iran's like, you will get it, but we're not going to do anything to jeopardize the ceasefire. I mean, like, what does that tell you, man? And also, like, the strikes that Israel do on the other countries, they're precise. They're precise, bro. They can hit a specific room to kill someone. But in Gaza, they don't know how to be precise. It's like, oh, we don't know how to be, we're dropping a 2-ton bomb and whatnot and just kill everyone. They've dropped more bombs on there, more than they did on Dresden and all that sort of stuff. Like, there's all these charts out. In Gaza, they don't know how to be precise. But in other countries, they could be picture perfect precise. Like, again, if they were precise in Gaza and then pinpointed Hamas, bro, again, nobody would give a fuck. Like, yes, there's still free Palestine and we care about that. But in regards to the innocents being killed, if they were just killing Hamas members and it was facts, we'll be like, well, fuck it. Let them fight each other. But the fact they're killing innocents.
No, exactly. So it's full on, bro, at the moment now. And it's like there's no faith in government, there's no faith in power, like power of what people have. Like I could just imagine one of them coming up to me and trying to explain himself to me and be like, listen, you need to take 2 steps backwards. Because if you're going to try and explain to me murder, you're either going to get beaten up right now. So just walk away from me now. And as I said, bro, I've had plenty of conversations with, I don't even know what I'm doing the comment mark for because I think it's some made up shit anyway. These Zionist fools. And I've called you fools, but in a polite way. I've never argued with you lot. I was just trying to understand your reasoning. And it's weird because they keep saying the Palestinian people and the kids are brainwashed. And I'm like, bloody hell, man. You're how? Excuse me, they're brainwashed. They're brainwashed. They are fake. And I think that's what the problem is that they don't have a place really and truly. Because they're all mixtures of everything.
Yeah.
But it's all the old school mentality as well. Like there was an incident that happened in the UK recently in Regent Park, where a couple went in and with their kids with Palestinian flags, only going to the Regent's Park cafe to get some ice cream and water for the kids because it was hot. Bro, these old school fools started kicking off, talking about like why you come in here protesting and the rest of it, and they weren't, bro. It was a big old fuss, man. And then you look at the demographics, bro. It's just old school people, and it's like because we've got so many young Jewish brothers and sisters, bro. They're seeing this, bro. They don't want no part of this. They don't want no part of this, and bless them, bro. They have to live with that on them as well. You know what I mean?
The Jewish people have gone through so much in history, and now these Zionists are doing this with their religion as well. It's disgusting. They've gone through so much, and these Zionists are taking them through more. And they're using it. These politicians and like I say, these Zionists are using their religion. They've gone through so much. But again, when we talk about freedom to Palestinians, we're talking about freedom to that whole region and all those people there, those innocent people there as well, the innocent Jewish brothers, sisters, the innocent Israelis who know they don't want none of this, who just want peace. Like freedom to all of those people to live in peace, man. Just got to get rid of those far right people. And even from that, like I say, with Hamas, I don't even give a shit about them either. Get rid of all of them. All of them. Fucking get rid of all of them. Put them all in prison. And then let some peaceful people take over. But then unfortunately, the US, again, they control the US. They control the US and they got the US just funding them. It's crazy, bro. The US give them billions. then Israel through AIPAC gives out couple of hundred millions to bribe politicians, and then they go back and give them billions again. That's a crazy business scheme, man. And in Israel, they get like free healthcare, education, all this sort of stuff. And in America, they're fucked. Like, you got cities, like gang-infested cities, you got people who've got no healthcare, you got homelessness all over the place. And the Americans are funding them to live perfectly. I'm like, what the fuck? This is why, again, when people were like, why do you keep talking about Israel? It's like Bassem Youssef said it great on that clip that was shared. It's because our tax money funds them, right? You have war criminals, those war criminals coming over to your country to give speeches. You have your Western celebrities and politicians signing the bombs there to go kill innocent people. Like, it's so crazy. Like, if we don't have, the Sudan militants or whatnot coming to our countries and doing speeches and all this sort of stuff. We don't fund them, all that sort of stuff. And our mainstream news don't even talk about them. So really, we're finding out outside of the mainstream news. So don't ask why are we talking about them or why does it affect us. We fund that shit. I pay taxes in the UK. Some of my taxes go towards that shit. So can't even talk about that. You know what I'm saying? So don't say why we only talking about it. It's not that we don't only care about what's going on there, but we care about it because we're literally involved. But the whole world sees it. I've been seeing loads of protests in Japan, and these Zionists from Israel are going there trying to say, why are you protesting? Like, you're literally going to another land. You're going to Japan and you're telling them. It's like, can you not see? The whole world is fucking against you. You go to the other side of the world and they're saying free Palestine. What the fuck does that tell you? And then for you to go to their land and tell them that they shouldn't be protesting? Like, get the fuck out of here, man. The whole world is against them. It's so crazy that they really think that they're the good guys when the whole world is against them.
Horrible, man. They'll get what's coming. That's all we can wait for. I can't think of anything else happening right now. Even with ceasefires, they're still bombing schools and shit at the moment now.
Fucking hell.
We still losing innocent lives, bro. Regardless, in so many places. Congo, Sudan. I mean, Yemen. Disgusting time, bro. It's a disgusting time.
But I did see something on Breaking Points, which they put a report out of Israel's economy. Now, there's like specialist reports from Israel coming out saying that if they carry on, they're fucking themselves up. They could lose Israel through internal, because over like 45,000 businesses closed down, estimated to be about 60,000. Like, tourism is completely gone. Yemen, the Houthis have blocked the Red Sea. Loads of countries have boycotted. Shout outs to Colombia, who stopped sending coal to Israel because they were like, you know what, you're using our coal for bombs. Fuck it, we're not sending you no more. Shout outs to South Africa, who's still got the case against them, and other countries that have joined in on that. So, bro, they are fucking themselves up. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, there's a report saying that if they carry on, they will fuck this up. They've lost reputation. They've lost the PR war. Now they come to continuously with this war. If they want to fuck around with Hamas, Iran and all that shit, like, they've already shown that we can get through your Iron Dome. So you're putting your people in more danger. Tourism's completely gone.
Exactly.
They're going to fuck themselves up. Like, they need to get that terrorist government out, man, to protect the innocent people in Israel. That's what I'm trying to talk about, to protect those people. Fucking hell, bro. So there is a report that they could fuck themselves up out of all of this. And the biggest heroes are out there are the Palestinian people, because they're like, you're going to kill us all. We're not leaving. We're not allowing you not to do what you did to us in 1947, 48, the Nakba. We're not. But those are the bravest, resilient people. They're like, cool. They're fucked. But they're there and they got faith and they're just like, fuck it. And they're going through the hardest time ever right now. But they're the bravest people. They're the winners no matter what, man. So.
No, 100%, bro. 100%. Resilient, man. And it's like, I was doing a couple of videos and like behind the scenes, guys, on TikTok, like as much as we put our clips and our reactions on there, I talk about behind the scenes as well. I've been talking about it a lot on there, and like, it's a great community to talk to, bro. You're going to have your odd basic guys, but they're starting to lose. Keyboard warriors, anyway. I call them keyboard warriors. And as Mr. Delaney said, FU 6 times. I love him, man. He's great. That's one of my favorite quotes at the moment, because it's real. But I've been talking about, like, so the incident with the Palestinian prisoner getting raped. I mean, he's going through a tough time already as it is, but now he's getting raped, bro. So basically, they are trying to legalize rape as a deterrent. They said, that's what I'm reading, yeah. This is this, and I can't be, and the UK and American government have still not jumped in to say, listen,
It's
this is
not even on news. It's not even on the mainstream news, bro. I mean, come
no,
on,
that's what
man.
I'm saying.
Fucking bullshit. The
Raped.
democracy in the Middle East. Are you serious? You're allowed to. You're what you want people to rape other people. You're happy for them to rape Palestinians, and you're
That's
saying you're a democracy,
insane,
the
bro.
most
That
moral
is
people. Get
insane.
the fuck out of here.
Insane, bro. Insane. So, like, that really, it really pissed me off because I'm thinking, because there was a protest after to get release the soldiers that did the raping. I'm like, rape is like one of the biggest criminal activities ever across the whole world, yeah? And this country, the state of Israel, is trying to make it like it's nothing. That's insane. How so? Like, how do you feel protected by a government that wants rape to be just fine? Okay, yeah, to the Palestinian people, not, that is dehumanization and some weird fucked up fetish shit. Insanely wrong, bro. And like I've got no thing about people and which way they go and the rest of it. I respect everybody, but that trying to be legalized is some next shit, bros.
Disgusting.
That's some next shit. I'm
The
sorry.
bro,
That
the
like that really
democracy,
that is.
the democracy, finger quotes, of the Middle East, the most moral army on the world, finger
Could
quotes.
you imagine, bro, getting arrested over there?
Bro, we would
Yeah,
listen, man. Like I said, the Palestinian people, as crazy if you want to pull it as faith, Allah knew those people are the most resilient people on the planet. They can handle it. Like when I say they can handle it, doesn't mean that they should go through it. But what I'm saying is we wouldn't survive that shit with the mentalities that we got now.
no,
Those
no, that's what
people
I'm
are strong
saying.
people. I
Because
can't
I'm
even
at the risk of getting raped now.
everything, risk of rape, kill, everything. They'll do anything to you. They
Oh,
do
that's
anything to you.
horrible, bro. It's horrible. It's
And
horrible.
none of the US politicians, no, like let alone the media, none of the media are talking about it because they know they're all being paid off anyway. The media is all propaganda. It's a propaganda machine anyway. That's why my Instagram's full of like Al Jazeera and all the other like I say, independent news. And again, Breaking Points, Martin Lamont Hill, Zateo, all those sort of ones. So it's disgusting, bro. They've lost so much, and the world is seeing it. The world is seeing it from all social medias. I know they're trying to block things and whatnot, but Russia's getting that information, China's getting that information, all from all over the world are seeing it. And even though
They
the
couldn't
Western,
stop it, bro. They couldn't
yeah,
stop it.
even
They
though the
couldn't stop
Western
it.
media are the West are trying to suppress it and whatnot, bro, you're trying to suppress it in the West, cool. People are seeing it anyway, but the whole world is seeing it anyway. So you've lost so much, and you think you're the most moral army. You keep saying it, and everything that Israel say that they're the opposite. Literally everything, they are the opposite, right? The Israel army and whatnot. They've lost everything because it's all over the media. Zateo has done a great documentary that highlights all the war crimes. They basically put together all the war crimes, and they went there and interviewed like some of these soldiers and whatnot, talking about it. It's all there, man. It's all online. You can't hide it. You cannot hide it anymore. It's all over the internet. Like they've lost the PR. It's only because America's funding. America can stop it, but they won't. But it's only because they're funding it and they're backed up by them and all that. That's why they got the comp. Otherwise, they would lose bad. They would be. It would be horrible for them. So it's disgusting, man.
Horrible, man. My prayers go out to everybody, man. That story with the dad losing his kids, bro,
Oh,
destroyed me. Absolutely destroyed me.
twins. Man, 4 years
His
old.
wife, his mum.
Ah, fuck me.
What the
Fuck
people have
me.
had
That's
to
hard.
endure.
That's hard. Yeah. Make me like, that's, I just want to say, like, when I see shit like that, and then those far rights are like, they take the piss and they done it and they're happy that they done it. I'm just like, you are the most evilest people on the planet. And the whole world is seeing that you are the most evilest people on the planet. You will be down in history, in the history books. You'll be down as the evilest people on the planet. There's no change about it. There's no facts about it. You could try and change it in the Western media books and whatnot, history books. You watch it, the world is seeing it. The world will be teaching it. That at this point of time in 2004, we saw really for the 75 years and longer the evilness of the far right Israeli movement, the evilness of that army and how evil those people were, the child killers. They are children killers. They are happy to kill children. Like that's their army. They're so happy to kill children and they think they're tough because one, they're backed up by the US, and two, they're fighting against innocent children. They will go down in history books as one of the most evil regime on the planet. Not as yes, maybe a little bit of dominance, but they're not going to go down as like they conquered this and conquered that. They conquered a little bit, but they've really shown themselves to be the most barbaric, evil people who actually wanted to kill children. You got Israeli soldiers saying that they want to kill babies and shit like that. That's what they're going to go down in history with. You know, all those other conquerors, they conquered many parts of the world and they were very barbaric as well. But very much doubt that they were specifically after like, we're gonna go kill the children. I think they would like these lot are specifically like, we want to kill children. They will go down in history as the most evil people on the planet, alongside some of the others as well.
I generally can't believe that we're in an era where we've experienced to see this as well. Yeah, horrible, man. Horrible. My heart is like different towards it. Something changed in the past year, definitely within myself as well, and how I feel and how I see things. And it's like, yeah, it's we're seeing it. You know, I think that's what breaks everybody's heart is that we're seeing it.
The whole world's seeing it. Yeah, honestly.
When it's not in your face, it's not your worry. But as much as we worry about everyday things and trying to get everyday stuff done, that burdens on me. Before I go sleep, before I wake up, it's burdening me. Before when I'm at prayer, it burdens me knowing that I can't do as much as I want to do. So, guys, we've got donation links in the bio, in our Instagram and TikTok page. They're in the description as well. Please,
guys, boycott. Help the people. Guys, three things that us regular people could do, man, and how you can help. Boycott. Fuck Starbucks, fuck McDonald's, fuck all of the list is online. Boycott as much as you can. I know you can't boycott everything. I get it. Same, like Google and Microsoft, but Starbucks, McDonald's, all those other fast food chains, all those other businesses, boycott them. That's one thing we could do. Donate, whatever you do, £5, £10, links on the channel. There's so many other links out there. Donate. Free awareness. You know, if you can put awareness on your social media and all that sort of stuff, right? At least do one of the three, you know, that's where you can help. So don't think you can't help. Don't think you can't do nothing. But yes, Kibbs, it's heartbreaking. But, you know, again, when we were younger, we didn't pay attention. We didn't have social media and the Western news only gave us the propaganda, one side of it and not the real news. Now we're seeing it. That's why there's a burden and it feels like that. But it's not just us, the whole world. The whole world. That's why some of the world, like South Africa, you know, Colombia and Turkey and so many other countries, you know, who have already set sanctions and stopped doing business. You know, just more countries need to do that. They need to cut diplomatic ties. They need to cut business. And eventually they would have to get rid of that far-right regime and put a more peaceful one in place, make a two-state solution, and then start growing again. Both countries, Palestine and Israel. But while that far-right group's there, they would never be in peace. Never. What do you think is going to happen when you if you was to just kill everyone in Gaza and take over the West Bank and Palestine? What do you think is going to happen? You think the world's just going to be like, that government has put them people in forever danger for what they're doing. So they need to get rid of that government, put a more peaceful one, make a two-state solution. And that's the only way to peace. And the whole world sees it and knows it, except them. What do you think is going to happen? You think you're just going to bomb all of them and take the land? It's not going to happen. And you're surrounded by so-called enemies that you keep saying, enemies that you have caused. It's stupid. But guys, those are the three things that you can all do, man, as regular people. Boycott, donate, awareness.
Exactly.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine, guys. Congo and Sudan.
That's it. That's it. All right, guys, let's move on. Kibbs, I didn't speak about this last time, but let me share my screen. But rest in peace, the Chino XL who passed away. Can you see my screen here, yeah?
Yeah.
Chino XL, man, big in the hip hop world. His real name is Derek Keith Barbosa. Bro,
yeah,
like we've known him from old school hip hop days, and look at the lineup of the sort of records that he's done in the Peoples. He's like the Beat Nuts and Immortal Techniques and Big Pun. Like here's the lineup, man. I wanted to scroll through this, but he's got his solo albums for like we're talking about 90s rapper, man. Here to Save You All. Like I want to go through the list actually, but look, like from 1992. From when he started, and some of the collaborations that he's done, like with Immortal Technique, you got what else did I see? I saw loads, man. Big Pun.
There's so
Like
many, bro, man.
just
So
the whole
many.
90s crew. Yeah. I mean, we're talking about
So
from
many. So many.
1996 and onwards, man. 1992 and onwards. I mean, rest in peace to him, man. We didn't get a chance. I completely forgot to bring it up last time, but I wanted to give him a shout out. On this one. Look, Big Pun, Kings with Big Pun. I mean, Big Pun's one of my favorite rappers of all time. Yeah, man. Just
Nah, rest in power, man. Rest in power, King. He's a great influence in the hip hop era, and you know, stuff we grew up on, bro. You know, that's a piece of us. You know what I mean? He gave us music that we would always love and adore, and we still listen to it to this day. You know what I mean? There's an odd one or two tracks that may come out that maybe be cool, but nothing will be as, you know, legacy that he left behind. Rest in peace, man.
yeah, 50 years old. That's young still, man. 1974 to 2024. Rest in peace, Chino XL. Cool, man. Well, look, let's move on to a brighter note, man. Let's start getting into some reviews of movies and shows and whatnot. Let's start off with Umbrella Academy season 4, the season finale. Have you seen this yet?
I haven't, bro. I haven't. So it's on my list to watch next.
Okay. How do I review this without spoiling it, man? So it's the season finale, right?
Yeah.
So look, man, I've really enjoyed this show. Like as we've already discussed it, it's like discussed it in the past, like a dysfunctional family. It's like the X-Men and whatnot. This as a season finale, it didn't. There was something missing. There was something missing. Like the urgency. It didn't feel like there was an urgency, and
Okay.
considering it being a season finale, I didn't feel like I missed them at the end, like I'm just
Okay.
generally with season finales, with shows that I've been following, with characters I've been following for the longest time, I would feel an emotion behind it when it's done, like, oh shit, I can't believe it's done. I didn't feel that. I didn't feel something was missing, man. Something emotional was missing. Something big was missing. Because each one of these seasons had something big, like a
Yeah,
world-ending event.
massive. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was massive.
Okay, so yeah,
I can't even say it now. It's got my
extinction level event.
extinction
Yeah.
level event. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this had that too, just like the other ones. That's what I'm saying. So it was similar, but there was something missing. It just didn't feel urgent. It didn't feel emotional. I didn't feel I'm connected to the characters, but I didn't feel connected to them at the end to be like,
Okay.
like my heart. It was just kind of like, okay, like this is the end of another. It felt like an end of another episode or another season rather than the end.
Okay.
So that's my honest review, man. I still enjoyed it. I still love the characters. I thought it was very, funny, great action, great story, charismatic from all the characters. The character building is so great. We've been knowing them for a couple of years now, or maybe like 10 years now.
I think the hard part of something like this is you give us good writing, and I think that's where it sounds like the writing wasn't as strong as the previous seasons. Where, as you're talking about urgency, we already know the characters. You just want, because what I learned from the previous 3 seasons is that it had this urgency, and each episode had this like weight on its shoulder, and we were carrying that weight with us as well because we want to know more as well. So it sounds like it didn't have that effect on each episode on where it was heading, and that could be due to the writer's strike that happened last year, where it kind of yeah, I think that's where a lot of weak writing and a lot of movies have suffered the weakness of weak writing, weak story, weak attention, and I feel like this could be the problem. I mean, I watch it and then I can go into it, but I've heard mixed reviews about this.
Yeah, it's just that, man. I mean, it could be that. It could be that. It's just that, like, each episode was still fun and there were still great things going on. But I'm like, man, if this is the end, why is this happening like that?
Yeah.
I'm not, I don't want to spoil it, but in certain episodes, like why it feels like you're so far apart from the end, and when the end happens, it just happens, and you're like, oh, wait, that's it? Like, my heart's not hurting. Like, I wanted to feel a little bit. I've been with you guys for like 10 years now, like the Avengers and whatnot. So I want my heart to kind of hurt, like when it's the end. And I didn't feel that, and I just feel like each episode was it spreaded them out rather than bring them in. And only at the end it kind of brought them in together, and you're kind of like, okay, all right. Season 4 done, Umbrella Academy done, and then you move on. And that's how I felt personally. My personal opinion, I'm not saying it's shit, and I'm not saying you shouldn't watch it and not finish it off, because you should. It just didn't have that for me, and I was like, for season finale, that's what I would have preferred.
No, that's cool. I'll definitely check it out. Definitely, it's on my list to watch.
Cool. All right, the next thing I watched Twister.
Yes. What did you think?
Yeah, Glenn Powell, Kevin Shipka, and all these people. Anyway, fucking up names again. And we saw David. You know what? You know what? He's our Superman, and I didn't even reckon. You know what? Just looking at it now, I was like, holy shit, it's our Superman. I can't even remember him from the movie now. Who the fuck was he? That's bad.
It was Anthony, isn't it? Anthony, the Hispanic character's navigator.
Oh, he was
in the cat. Yeah.
All right, listen, I should obviously I'm not gonna judge him of this movie. This movie, bro, it's okay. It's okay. Listen, like it starts off very, you saw it, right? Obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it starts off very deep and whatnot. And I was like, that's why you don't fuck around with Mother Nature, man. You don't go into a tornado, right? But anyway, listen, I'm glad there's scientists out there that do this stuff and put their lives on the line. So respect to them to try and understand it and to see. I think genuinely they're trying to figure out a way to tame it so it doesn't, so if they could tame certain Mother Natures, they could do that. Some you can't, like probably earthquakes and volcanoes. But if this is something that they can tame, because they have things that control the weather out here, right? In Dubai, they do it like they do the raining and all that sort of stuff, right? So if they could generally, people trying to figure out the science of a tornado, cool. But tornado is Mother Nature, and that is scary. Thinking about a portal that opens up from the sky in a whirlwind and just destroys everything fucking around it, and it moves at the same time. Fuck that shit, man. So anyway, that's why I was like, man, those people are crazy. It does start off like dramatic, all that sort of stuff. Listen, man, it's okay. I wouldn't say it's like a great movie in my opinion. It does express. I guess it gives a shout out to the real tornado chase or scientists who are trying to figure out ways to tame tornadoes and try and help people and whatnot. So respect to those people. So maybe it was a highlight to them as a movie. Outside of that, yeah, it's cool. I like Glenn Powell, man, handsome, charming dude, man, freaking hillbilly tornado twisting, chasing dude with his rocket launchers and shit. He made me laugh, man, freaking cowboy. But yeah, the story was a bit predictable at the end, and I knew she's gonna get with him. I get it. And the best friend, he became a bastard because of business, and the person he was working with, soon as you see them, it's like any business dude that's just taking advantage of people. So you see all of that sort of stuff.
No, of course.
But with nowadays CGI and everything, it makes the tornadoes look scary, man. I mean, they are.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, and if you see YouTube videos of tornadoes, like I say, man, that's a scary thing. Just like I say, a portal just opening up from the sky and just blowing the shit out of everything.
Yeah.
I want to be around that.
Crazy.
What do you think? What did you think?
Same thing, bro. Like, it's not like the most amazing movie in the world. I felt like in the middle it dragged a little bit because she was suffering loss. She didn't know how to get her game back, and I felt like they lingered on that a bit too long. But other than that, as I enjoyed it for that watch. It's not a movie that I'll go watch again. Twister's original movie, I'd watch again. I don't know what it is about old films that have that tangibility because it's not CGI. It is CGI to a certain extent, but a lot of it's real set pieces and stuff like that. I know they tried to do similar things on this as well. I don't know, bro. Movies are not grabbing me like as much as the old stuff. When I go back to the old stuff, I'm like dad now. I love the old stuff. You know what I mean? That's crazy. I never thought I'd come to that age where I'm like, I still love the old stuff. But it's a good film, good watch. I'm not going to take that away from there. If you an hour and a half, 2 hours of a good action CGI fest sort of movie, it's fine for what it is, bro. It will kill time. It won't be a cult classic like the original, but it has, Glenn Powell is a charismatic actor. I feel like he's gone through the reins of acting for the past 30 years and now starting to get his foot in the door and do these cool things. Like he was in that movie, I think I spoke about on the last episode or previous episode, The Hitman,
Mm,
which was quite funny. And
mm,
he's actually really cool in it. Good looking dude, man. What can I say, man?
mm-hmm.
You put a good looking, charismatic dude up on the screen, the ladies are gonna go watch it, bro.
That's it. That's it. Listen, it's interesting you call the first one a cult classic, and you're interested to watch it. I'm not personally. Maybe I'm just not into movies about natural
Disaster
disasters and shit.
movies.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
yeah,
not
yeah,
really
yeah.
into those sort of things, to be honest with you. But hey, it's cool to watch. Me and the missus watched it. We did like take our time and watch. I've been doing that recently, like watch 30 minutes a day type of thing, just to kind of make sure I keep my attention. And I noticed that if we try to watch a movie and I'm not engaged, I start getting on my phone. But if I just watch it while I'm eating and I do 30 minutes a day, I feel like I engage with it more. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
listen, cool movie, guys. Cool movie. Do check it out. And whatnot. Next one, bro, that I saw. Fly Me to the Moon. This one was a
You think of that?
Apple was it an Apple movie? I think it was. Hey, but really good, really good. Listen, Channing Tatum, Scarlett Johansson, um, good looking couple and whatnot, based in the 50s, based around the first, Apollo 11 and everything.
Yeah.
I think this movie, for those people who really think that they never got to the moon and never touched foot on the moon, this really takes the piss out of, like, really puts you in lingo, because this whole movie, because she's an advertising marketing expert in this movie, right? Have you seen it? Have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't seen it. I've seen the trailers, but
Okay,
yeah, go on, keep going.
so basically, like, she's kind of put in that space project to kind of like advertise NASA and Apollo
Yeah.
11, and also there's a point where it's like, oh, we need you to make a set, because regardless if we touch the moon or set on the moon, we need footage, right? So for people who think the moon landing was fake, this movie really touches on both elements. Like, was it real? Was it fake? I mean, we don't know. Like, that conversation constantly happens.
Yeah, to this day, yeah.
To this day, like, apparently they went up to the moon back then in 1950, whatever. It was a race against Russia. That's what the
That's right.
reason
Yeah, that
why,
was the main thing. Yeah.
the main thing. Listen, Operation Paperclip, if you haven't seen that or read that book, read that book. It's a very important book that listen, after World War, I'm not making it up. This is a book. It's
Mm.
written knowledge. After World War II, the US took over 1,000 Nazi scientists because they wanted to use them just for like the moon science and NASA weapons, all that sort of stuff, right? So anyway, and it was a race to get to the moon because they wanted to beat Russia and whatnot. But like I said, apparently we haven't been to the moon since then, or they've done a couple of other things. But it's weird because technology is so advanced now. I don't know how. Anyway, if you watch this
This is a
movie,
Yakub movie, bro.
listen.
This is a
Someone, no, no,
Yakub
no.
movie.
Someone who doesn't believe they went to the moon will watch this movie and be like, "I told you, I told you." Someone who believes they've been to the moon will watch this movie and be like, "I told you, I told you." So it's really that. It's really that. So
It's a mixture of both. I heard it's good. I'll
it
definitely
is.
check it out. I will check it out. It's on my list. But I will watch it. I will watch it, definitely.
Great movie. I really enjoyed it. And those two are cool. And they made it very funny and very bright and animated and whatnot. So it's not like a
Okay.
boring sort of thing. It's a very fun movie to watch. And ever since Gambit as well, I'm just loving Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum even more now. So I want to see more Channing Tatum.
Will make a name for myself. He did it. He's in bear movies.
Bear movie
We
slashing.
missed a screening for. Well, actually, we didn't get it. Don't know why. We cover all movies on the podcast, but Blink Twice, which is Zoe Kravitz's new directorial debut movie, but they didn't give us tickets for it. I'm not sure why, but yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Check it out when you have time. Um, The Instigator. I saw this one. Did you see this one?
No,
Matt
how is it?
Damon, Casey Affleck. Well,
Yeah.
I love these guys when they're together. There's just this Boston feel. I don't know, like
Yeah.
they're from that crew, Hong Chow. But this movie was really good. It was like this guy's in it, which is awesome. Paul Walter Huss. It's bro. It's like a heist. It's a heist movie, right? With loads
Okay.
of like almost like a Lock, Stock and Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels type of
Yeah.
element of different characters and whatnot. And a heist movie, each individual has their own reason to get involved and do this and whatnot. It's really good, bro. It's really fun and entertaining to watch. Their characteristics are always fun to see. This Ben Affleck's brother, right? Is that his brother? He's
Yeah, that's
awesome.
his brother, Casey Affleck. Yeah.
Makes me laugh, bro. He's wicked in it. Yeah, very
I'll
good
check it
movie.
out.
Very good movie.
You know what? I'll probably watch that tonight.
I feel like when these boys, you know, when like Seth Rogen and the boys or Adam Sandler and the boys make a movie, right? When these boys make their movie, like it always awesome. Their dynamics is good.
Yeah.
Story is good. It's fun to watch. Great movie, man. Yeah, what else there? Well, the unlikely partners phone together for a heist. However, when everything goes early, the team ends up outrunning police backward. But yeah, I mean that is a heist movie, right? I don't want to give
It's
away
a heist
too much,
movie.
but
All right,
it's
cool.
good to watch and just see the comedic aspect behind it and the reasoning behind it and all that sort of stuff.
What's the action like?
The action's great. Great car chase scenes. Just
Okay.
great. Just like one of those when they're doing the heist and shit goes wrong and you got loose cannons and stuff like that. It's just like those sort of characters and whatnot in the movie. So there's some like great outsmarting moments in the movie as well.
Okay,
Just
cool.
like that was pretty cool and stuff. So that was another fun one that we watched. The Challenger. I watched this one.
Okay.
Zendaya, Mike Fest, Josh O'Connor. So this one was about tennis, but it was about some diabolical. This woman was diabolical, man. She was like a bastard, man. Like there was this love triangle. Okay, so tennis is the premise of the movie, right? And this girl, Zendaya's character, is obsessed with the game, obsessed, right? Obsessed to a point. Her whole life and the whole relationship she had with these two who are like close boys or whatnot. They were tennis partners or breaking them up. They're turning against each other because they want to get with her. All that sort. She's just not using them, but she wants to be with tennis. Everything's got to be about tennis. She wants to win. But I think, yes, tennis is the premise. It's the obsession that you get with something.
Yeah.
And when you're obsessed with something, it overtakes your life. Forget about morale, forget about morals, forget about your family, your kids, all that stuff. You're cheating, doing this sort of stuff because you're obsessed with this one thing and you want to be the best at it. But if you're not, your partner, whoever's going to be the best at it, and if they're not winning, I want to be with someone else. And just like the game to me didn't have any intensity behind it. I didn't feel the intensity of the game. What I found intensity was the relationship and what's going to happen, because the game was kind of almost determining the intensity of the relationship. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I like what I do enjoy about this movie is the story, the backstory that they did, because they went and done a lot of back and forth. And they done it really well. Like it wasn't really confusing. It wasn't like a story that started at this time and ended here. It started at the end and they gave you backstories in between. And you're like, that was shot really nicely. Like, because I didn't feel confused. Normally those sort of things might confuse you. You're like, where are they now? What's happening now? But it was shot really well in the way that it wasn't that confusing. But Zendaya's awesome in it. She's really good, man. She's absolutely awesome in it. And the rest of the guys are awesome too in it. So yeah, great. Another fun movie to watch. This was the one that meme came out when because both they have a little scene together, a little Medusa scene together. And a lot of people were just putting a meme out with Tom Holland panicking while Zendaya's doing the thing with the two. But anyway, that was where the meme came from. The Challenger, guys, check it out. Pretty decent movie.
Cool.
All right. Listen, before we get into the news, did you have anything that you watched that you wanted to chat about?
Yeah, bro. I've watched a fair bit, man. On a side note, I watched this wicked documentary called Robodoc, which is on Amazon Prime at the moment. So guys, check it out. And it's like a 4-episode season. Season. It's a 4-episode documentary about the making of this movie, and it's got all the actors in it, producers, directors, how it went, and the stuff they went through in this movie, bro, is insane. Listen, man, 40 years
What
RoboCop
movie?
came
Sorry,
out.
RoboCop. RoboCop.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
The documentary is called Robodoc. Really good. Check it out. I can't even say much about it. It's such a good documentary because it gives you all the intricate details about the script, the direction, when it was made, how did they make it. They had so much issues making it as well. Uh, Characters that they wanted to play in it that didn't end up. They ended up casting somebody else. The movie's a cult classic. I absolutely love that movie. That movie has a really underlying uh silver lining to it about business, society, the way things are controlled and corruption and uh
Obviously RoboCop shooting that guy in the dick, and I wish
yeah.
we could find that episode where we were dying because someone made a toy about it. I wish you could go back and find that episode because
Oh,
we were
bro, that
dying on the
episode is
podcast.
wicked.
But there's a funny meme that makes me laugh about RoboCop as well. It's like man got literally killed on the job and they still made him go to work. That's a funny meme. But yeah, no, you're right. Do you know what's crazy, bro? I've been trying to watch RoboCop on Amazon out here, right? So we could do it as a retro movie review. They don't have it in I got Amazon. They don't have it in English. It's in Italian and every other language, but it's not in English. Like my whole Amazon is in English. Everything is English, but RoboCop's not in English. I'm like, what the
Because
fuck?
that's what I was gonna say. Like let's do that as a retro because I saw it recently, watched the documentary, and now I didn't even know there was a TV show. I knew there was a TV show, but I've never seen it. I watched the first episode yesterday, bro. I don't know how they got away with some of the stuff on TV, but it's like cheesy. It's a cheesy good watch. Really basic, but a cheesy good watch. Like I enjoyed it for what it was. So that's something that you guys should check out. I think it's the Robodoc is a great documentary, man. Movies wise, what have I seen? So listen, let me start off with Alien Romulus. No spoilers. Where's my guys? If you don't know, we're on Letterbox. I put all of our reviews for the movies that we watch, and even all the movies I watch generally at home when I stream.
Let me just share
Did I
my
talk about Lock Stock?
lock stock.
I feel like did I speak about that on an episode recently?
No, well, you rewatched that.
All right, let's go. So the last thing I spoke about was probably Hitman. So we'll start. But anyway, let's start with
Yeah.
Alien
So this was
Romulus. Yeah.
Robodoc, guys. Just
Yes, the
as
creation
a
of Robocop. Yeah.
yeah, just sharing my screen here so you guys can see. Cool. Let's move on to Alien Romulus. You said right?
Yeah.
I'm just bringing it up here so people who are watching the YouTube
No,
know
that's
what
cool. I
we're
mean,
talking about.
directed by Fede Alvarez, who brings this classic franchise back to the original. This movie is in between Alien and Aliens, so that's why it still has that classic old uh, feel to it. So Kaylee Spacey is basically based about a couple of kids that are on one of the outreach posts on a different world, and they want to escape. They don't want to be doing any mind work no more. In the process, they go to a ship, and all hell breaks loose on that ship. That's all I can say,
Man,
bro. Absolutely awesome. I had a good time watching this. It's my second favorite film this year.
damn. Man, I wish I got the screening. And I wanted to go cinema last week. I didn't get a chance to because I watched Deadpool Wolverine again because I really wanted to watch that again. But I wish I got the screening. I should have pushed it. But yeah, go on,
It's
carry
all
on.
right. It's okay. I mean,
You carry
we're
on.
doing it. We're doing it. Anyway, so
My
Alien Romulus successfully captures the intense fear and claustrophobia atmosphere that made the original Alien a classic by focusing on smaller, isolated settings and emphasizing suspense over spectacle. The film returns to the franchise horror roots. There is a slow build of tension combined with relentless sense of dread. This mirrors the iconic terror that the 1979 original had. The characters feel vulnerable, and the xenomorph once again is terrifying, bro. This thing looks. They got some really good scenes in this one, and they go back to basics. The approach that they have on this one.
Was
It's an
Ridley
unstoppable.
Scott involved at all?
Yeah, he was a producer.
Okay.
He's a producer. Its refreshing return to the series is really good, bro. I had a good time with it.
Man, when I watch it eventually, let's do a proper review on it because I do
Yeah,
really
yeah.
watch it.
Definitely,
I really do.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. But I'll leave it to that, man. Other than that, that was really good. So, moving on. So, Here we go. Let's start. I think I don't know if I spoke about it. Did I speak about the holdovers?
Holdovers, no. What movie? Yeah.
Yeah, which came out in 2003. Uh,
Oh, it's got
such a good film, bro. Such a good film. Uh, so
poor
Paul
guy.
Giamatti, Dominic Caesar. If you go down, I just need to see the woman's name who won the Oscar for Best Actress, Best Supporting Actress, Davine Joy Randolph. She, bro, it's a beautiful movie. It's touching. Some people maybe find it a bit slow, but I absolutely adored it. I feel like I've spoken about this already, but I'm just gonna quickly go over that.
I don't remember. I mean, I don't remember you speaking about it, man.
But
Maybe
great
you
movie,
did.
bro. Great. It's a good film. Really good film. Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels. Shout outs to Guy Ritchie. I feel like I've spoken about this, but I want to shout it out again. Great film. And because I watched The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Welfare, I just wanted to give him a shout because I feel like Guy Ritchie gets a bit of slack with the movies that he makes recently, but they're still really catchy. The direction of the way it looks is really good and smart. He picks like these unique actors to do these crazy ass roles, which are amazing. And then the music is absolutely awesome. So Guy Ritchie, shout outs to him.
I've
Uh,
always said he's our like the British Quentin
Quentin
Tarantino.
Tarantino.
I
Yeah,
don't want
yeah,
to
yeah.
compare, but what I'm saying is like just
No,
he's ours.
great
Like,
dialogue and stuff like
yeah,
that.
the
Yeah.
dialogue's the best. I love the dialogue in his movies because I think they're doing The Gentleman season 2.
Yes, I
And
heard. So that's
you
yeah.
could watch these movies for the dialogue, and that's what I love about these movies, like just that alone. But yeah,
No, same here. What's wrong, Bubble? You got bogies all over you. Yeah, so that was that. Listen, shout outs to Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt for The Fall Guy. I absolutely enjoyed that film. I do not know why this movie didn't get the love that it deserved. It is a great action packed 80s, 90s feel type of movie, bro. And such a great cast. I had fun watching this, bro. And I'm absolutely shocked that this movie doesn't get the love it deserves. Only reason why they released it in February, it didn't have like and within a couple of weeks it was out on VOD, which was kind of upsetting because I think this movie deserves a lot more love than it got. So that's The Fall Guy, Alien Romulus. So recently, here we go. The Union, Mark Wahlberg, Halle Berry,
oh, I'm watching
Netflix.
that. We're gonna watch that tonight. Yeah, how was that?
It's a good fun movie. What more can I say, bro?
Okay,
Very.
Halle Berry,
They did a really
JK.
stylistic choice by using like it's really glossy, bro. They made even because some of it's based in London. London doesn't look like that. Uh, but it's a good fun watch, bro. I mean, I gave it a 3 out of 5. It's fine. You'll enjoy it because Mark Wahlberg's charismatic on the screen anyway with whatever he does. Uh, Baz Luhrmann's Elvis, bro.
Oh, okay. You haven't seen that one. You didn't
Austin
watch
Butler.
that one.
I've never seen it, bro.
Oh,
This movie was brilliant. The movie was brilliant, bro. The
yeah.
storytelling, the way it ran through, the music was off the hook. Uh, I really felt bad about because they give you the mental aspect of what Elvis went through.
Tom Hanks' character was a bastard, isn't
Yeah.
it? But
Well,
that's
man,
what
that
they all
guy's a
are.
penguin. He's a
In the
the
end,
penguin, bro.
yeah, yeah, exactly. In the industry, like the thing is, in any in like those entertainment industries, that dude, like Tom Hanks' characters, that Colonel, whoever Tom, like that individual of that is
Tom
always a
Parker,
bastard.
yeah.
Yeah, because they don't give a shit about the artist. They never do. They care about the money. They care about the business, and
Yeah, no,
whatnot. But
exactly. It's what they're going through as well. But listen, bro, Baz Luhrmann directed this superbly, bro. I really enjoyed it. Like, I haven't been stuck to the screen like that in a while where I'm like, oh my God, like I'm captivated. And Austin Butler's performance, that guy's Elvis, bro. Insanely good, bro. Insanely good. Uh, a movie it took me ages to watch. Great, great, great film, bro. Great. It's one of those I could watch that again. That's a rewatchable good movie, bro. I like that. That was a good film. And then one that came out of the blue and I just clicked play and ended up enjoying it for what it was. Is Weird. It's called Weird. It's on Amazon Prime right now. The Alkovich story.
Where Ali, Where Al movie?
Yeah.
Oh, is it on Prime? Yeah.
Listen, bro,
Wait,
great.
wait,
It's
Jack
got
Black, Daniel
yeah, bro.
Radcliffe.
Yeah, it is a great, uh, great cast. Great. It's a good fun. Again, I gave it a 3 out of 5 on Letterboxd, just because of how funny it was,
Oh,
bro. This
better
movie
people,
has an amazing cast, bro. But it's
better
not that
people
it's
in
so
this.
random. Listen, man, I'm gonna give a shout out to Daniel Radcliffe, yeah, because like I've only seen him in the Harry Potters, and because I'm going on my Harry Potter journey, I'm watching the kid grow.
Mm.
Daniel Radcliffe has such a dynamic range. I don't think he gets enough credit for the work he does, because he's done some wonderful, good movies outside the Harry Potter, like the Gun Aikido. I love that movie. That was a good one. This is very good, bro. And praises to him for playing this character. Well, playing Weird Al Yankovic. And bro, the movie is so random, so bizarre, so messy, but so jokes, bro.
I had to watch
You
it.
get the chance, check it
I didn't
out.
realize
Check
it
it out.
exists. We used to listen to him when we were young because he used to take the piss out. We used to do spoofs of all the tunes that we used to love,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Bad and Gangsta's Paradise and all that sort of stuff, right?
exactly.
Yeah, I had no idea that this was out. I'll check. I'll put it on my list.
Yeah, pop that on your list. And that's it, bro.
That's it. All
That's
right.
it for me.
Cool. Well, on that note, then let's get into the news, man. We'll bust through the news and we'll finish off with the Bruce Lee movies and retro movie reviews. So first up on the news, Supercell season 2 has been announced, which is awesome. Ratman told Netflix he wants 3 seasons minimum, and I hope he gets it. I mean, I haven't seen season 2 yet, but I hope he gets it because season 1 was fucking amazing. If you haven't seen it, guys, check it out. Superhero drama Supercell has, after weeks of speculation, now been renewed for season 2, with Ratman having made it clear that he envisions the series as compromising of 3 seasons.
Good on him. Good on him.
Comprising of 3 seasons. It's no
Comprising, yeah.
surprise that the sci-fi series has been given the green light, especially after all the critics acclaimed that the cliffhanger ended. Great wicked shot, guys. If you haven't seen our podcast with the real small time critics, we gave that. We spoke about that with them. Check that out. Absolutely, like amazing time catching up with them. But the show was fantastic. It was one of those ones that just came out of nowhere and everyone loved it. So I'm happy that there's a season 2 for Supercell.
That's right. No, absolutely awesome.
Yes, bro, cool. D23 happened, so there was some announcement. The new Avatar 3 is called Fire and Ash, and it's going to be released in December 2025. So another billion-dollar movie there, I suppose. But yes, that was announced. November 19th, 2025 is the announcement for that one. So another year and a bit to go for that. Incredibles 3 is back, and it's the director, what's his name? Birdman. Brad Bird is back, the director as well. So
cool.
Incredibles 3, that was announced. Invincible creator Robert Kirkman wants animated series to run for at least 7 or 8 seasons. That would be enough to cover the entire comics. Cover to cover. So he's ambitious. I guess if there's success, that we'll get it. I enjoy the cartoons. I haven't read the comics, to be honest, but if he's saying himself that the 7, 8 seasons will justify the comics, then that'll be amazing because I could just watch the show. So
same here, bro. Definitely same here. Really good. Really good.
Believes, yeah. Nothing else to read here, but I guess that's it basically. I'm trying not to pin it down to a number because it's somewhat of a moving target, basically what he's saying, but he's trying to go for the range of 8. So that's awesome.
All right, cool. Good on him.
The next piece of news is Pacific Rim prequel series in development at Legendary Entertainment under first look TV deal with Eric Hessenzer exclusive. So Pacific Rim, yeah, fun movie. Look, I know the second one was a bit iffy but whatnot, but such a great movie, man. The kaijus and the big robots and shit. That shit was fucking awesome. That's like anime, bro. Especially number 2, they had some real anime scenes. Gundam Wing anime scenes. And in Japan, they have a fucking kaiju. No, they have one of these Pacific Rims walking around, bro. I've seen it in real life. It's crazy the way this big ass robot, the goddamn robot moves. Japan's forget like warheads and all the other countries are focusing on military arms. They're fucking building robots, bro. It's crazy. It's really cool when you look at you like, oh my god, I'm looking at a big ass robot that walks and shit opens up. It's fantastic. So anyway, this will be enjoyable, I think, because there's nothing else to expect from this movie but big robots fighting big ass monsters, pure fun.
Exactly, bro. I enjoyed it, man. I like the anime that it brought out on Netflix as well, which was really good. So looking forward to it. Guys,
Moving on. All right. I've done a little short about this one. The Acolyte cancelled.
let's
No
chat.
season 2. So what do we think, guys? What do we think? So this was very divided, right? A lot of people hated it. Some people liked it. You know, there was a cultural thing that always gets involved, unfortunately, but it does. Listen, man, I'm gonna be honest. I still think it's one of the best saber battles I've seen in any Star Wars shows. I think this gave us that, in my personal opinion. I do think I don't have any interest on the characters. That's my thing. I don't care about any of the characters. And that's why I'm not at all don't give a shit if it's going to be carried on or not. That's in my personal opinion. I do feel sorry for the only character that I did like was what was his name? Kimir, who was the Sith Lord. I think he looked awesome. Character design, his mask looked sick. All that sort of stuff. The double sabers that he was holding like a samurai, the katana and whatever. That looked awesome, and he was awesome. And you know Lee Jung Jae from who was from the Korean show fuck, what's it called, man? Fuck, I forgot the name of it.
Games.
Squid Games, yeah.
Squid
Fucking
Games.
hell. I believe he really took up English to be in a Star Wars show.
I heard, bro. That's what I heard as well.
And he made his dream come true with this. So it's a little bit heartbreaking from that because he was pretty cool. He was pretty good as well in this. But listen, with the story and everything, it just took me away from everything. Like I said, the martial arts, the saber battles were amazing. You know, it did take a shot at the Jedis. They were not perfect.
Yeah.
They were not perfect. They made mistakes and all that stuff too, which some people liked, some people didn't. The whole witchcraft thing with the Force, people were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like they didn't like that stuff either. The third season episode, I remember that's where I kind of lost it. There was a lot of all these witches and stuff. I don't know, man. I don't know. I didn't even realize Danif Keen was an X-23. I can't even remember her.
Oh yeah, she was. Yeah, that's right.
But listen, man, what's your
thoughts? She got done, man. She got killed quick.
She got killed quick.
Bro, as you said, bro, like they started this off like with a feel to like a Jedi murder mystery type of program. But then it went into something else completely, which it's either gonna work with people or it's not gonna work, bro. Some things are force fed and some things kind of work well. Like as you said, some of the best lightsaber battles we've seen, yeah. But then it's like, how do you keep people engaged, man? I can accept change. I know we got some abuse on TikTok recently about our thoughts on, why we didn't enjoy it. It's because it's not engaging.
Why we did? Oh, why we didn't?
No, I mean just our thoughts, like why we think it may. I can't remember what the clip was anyway. Where abuse kicked off, and the guy was like, "Why? What are you trying to expect? Like the Luke Skywalker story still?" It's like, no, we're not. Give us good stories the way we could connect to characters. I think the problem is that you gave us a bunch of characters that nobody cares about. Soul, who was the main Jedi, who was feeling the guilt and the conscience that he had on top of him. I felt a little bit of that, but then you still didn't let me feel it as much. You still had this murder mystery of all these Jedi's dying, but then it kind of died out. Like I don't know, like it just didn't work for me personally. I've watched it, but it didn't make me care to say, "Oh, I'd love a season 2." And the only reason why they dropped Yoda at the end of it was that's going to keep people hooked onto whatever happens next. But now nothing's going to happen. So why you put that in there for?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know, man. Story, man. Story, character building. I don't
Characters,
know
man.
whatever you done with Mandalorian, like you use it as a blueprint. You know,
Yeah.
I'm serious, man, because that was great character building. We didn't even know what the hell he looked like. I know we knew it was Pedro Pascal, but it was a
Yeah.
guy in a mask. It was a baby Yoda who everyone loved, which was cute. And then they went on missions. And yes, there was an overall mission, but that was just fantastic. You know, with these shows, like I feel like Mandalorian, I know it's got a story and whatnot, and I know it does have character building, but I didn't feel like it was forced. It just felt like an episode, another episode of
Yeah,
Mandalorian
exactly.
and Grogu, right? And there's just that. But these recent Star Wars shows, they're getting really political and really getting mystical and all this sort of shit. And I feel like
I don't need all of that. Yeah.
maybe you lose something on the way. Maybe let's just give us little short stories, give us little adventures of Luke Skywalker
And I
or
think that's what they need to do.
whatever. Yeah.
Is the
And I get
little
it.
stuff like
I get that they have to introduce new characters and they want to, right? And you know, you're trying to build the universe. You don't want to just get stuck on the old characters. I get that. If you're gonna do that, you know, like you did with Mando, he's a perfect example, man. Just stick on one character. Stick on one character. Give us his journey. Give us a backstory. Give us some adventure with him or her. Make it fun. Make it lovable. Make that person relatable. Don't make them relatable because don't put a brown Bengali Muslim Jedi in there and say, hey guys, you gotta love him because he's you. No, don't do that. Please make me love him or her because of who they are, not because of what they look like. Please. Like
exactly.
if you're gonna put a
And I
brown
think that's where they
Bengali,
lose it, bro.
yeah, I'm using it as an example. If you're gonna put a brown Bengali Muslim dude on there, make him relatable as an individual, his personality, what he's going through, his struggles. Then I would love him as a character. But if it's just like G and kids, you have to love him because he looks like you. Get the fuck out of here. You've already lost me. I don't even want that shit. Representation is important. I get it. Don't ruin representation by making them shit. I think you're fucking up the representation when you make them shit. You give them shit stories and shitty characteristics and whatever, man. I keep saying it, man. You know, I'm using it again. But Captain America, I know in the beginning we spoke about Chris Evans. Forget about him. Captain America, blonde, blue-eyed, Caucasian dude. I have so much more in common with him than I would, you know, someone from the Acolytes who kind of look a bit more like me or have more representation. Why? Because of his characteristics. He just wants to do the right thing.
Exactly.
So, you know, do that, guys. That's my opinion on this whole thing.
No, of course, bro. I think that's what the problem was, bro. The characters didn't engage with most of the Star Wars fans anyway. And to be honest, now we're coming to a point now where all this fandom, bro, some toxic games, bro. No wonder, bro, people. Well, actually, no wonder why we don't get more projects that work better. It's because people mess it up, bro.
Yeah.
People mess it up. People mess it up. When they want more, and we live in an instant reality now where things are given to us so quick, where we used to wait 10 years for. I mean, look at Terminator and Terminator 2. 10 years later, we've got a sequel. You know what I mean? There's no time to process, to let it breathe.
That's the way it goes, bro.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes. Hey, you never know. Things you're gonna get hit and misses, and right now with Star Wars and even with Marvel and stuff, there's been a lot of misses. But you get that one-off hit, and we just had that with Deadpool and Wolverine, for example. So
yeah,
you know,
that's right.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Here's another one. Paramount Television Studio shuts down by Paramount Global cost cuts.
That's insane, bro.
Yeah, Paramount Television Studios, a production facility originally aimed at getting Paramount Pictures back into the business of making TV series, will shut down. The latest ball of cost cutting by parent corporation Paramount Global as it seeks to eliminate 500 million amid of chaotic shift in the entertainment industry. That's huge, bro. That's huge. A lot of jobs, obviously.
I know, that's crazy, bro.
A lot of projects and stuff
like
that.
Insanely nuts, bro. That we're coming to that point.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you had the writer's cut. Obviously you had this is television. That's why it's interesting because I was gonna say cinema because a lot of things are being on cinema and whatnot.
Yeah.
But you had the writer's strike. COVID did fuck up cinema in one sense, but then you got AI. You know, I can't remember who it was, but there's Rogan spoke about it. It was some dude who was making he's spending 800 million on a studio, and then he saw some things from AI, and he was like, why the fuck would I build an 800 million studio? You can do this shit on a computer. So he halted his project. So I think a lot of AI is going to take over some of these TV shows and stuff, and that's what could be the thing, man. But yeah, that's huge.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's
Uh,
absolutely crazy, bro. But yeah.
Cool. Guys, video game stuff. Max Payne gets a remake, man. So Remedy confirms exciting details about Max Payne 1 and 2 remake. Favorite fun game from back in the day. I remember playing it on the PC and shit. Fun Matrix shoot 'em up game. Crackheads and all that sort of stuff. Brilliant game. The budget for Max Payne remake is on par with Alan Wake 2. Remedy said, I don't know what Alan Wake 2. I think this is for another video game. The remakes are hence estimate to cost around 55 million, not accounting for their marketing expenses. Man, video games are expensive, but they make billions, man. You don't even know. I saw something or heard something recently. The Grand Theft Auto as well,
Yeah.
proper auto franchise or whatever, has made billions of dollars, bro. Billions, bro. So huge. Remedy expects a Max Payne remake to enter active production by mid-2024, which previously estimated would take up to 2.5 years to complete. So look to get these in 2026 or whatnot. So anyway, these games are fun, man. And on the new gen computer, like PS5 and whatnot, this could be amazing, man. I remember playing these games. They're fun. This is something I could get into, man. So just heads up that this is coming out. All right, well, guys, let's check this out. So we got a question. Again, shout outs to, what was his name again?
Aaron J. Watchers.
Aaron J. Watchers. Thank you so much for asking a question about what you would like to see on the podcast. And your question was, what's our favorite Bruce Lee movie? I've actually got a Bruce Lee t-shirt on right now. Massive fan of Bruce Lee. I got my figure right there. Big Bruce Lee fan. I've got 2 figures there, actually. Listen, for me, bro, again, rest in peace, Bruce Lee, man. Such a legend, man. To this day, man, his legacy will live on forever. My favorite movies, I have to say, and I know there's just like a handful of them, I believe 6. Obviously, Enter the Dragon is rated as one of the best. That was the big one, Warner Brothers and all that sort of stuff, right? Great philosophy in there, the martial arts. But for me, I have to say, my favorite was where is it, man? And Game of Death. Now I know that got the worst rating. The reason why that's my favorite is because I think that he really, from the martial art perspective, I think Game of Death was the one where he truly kind of expressed the freedom of martial arts. Now they call him, like Dana White, who's the CEO of the UFC, calls Bruce Lee the grandfather of MMA. Because Bruce Lee was back in the 60s talking about, I don't believe in any styles no more, any ways of doing martial arts. Everything should be you learn and absorb from what's useful and disregard what's not useful for yourself. So really, he was going out there learning many different martial arts, learning fencing, Western boxing, Kung Fu, Judo, all this sort of stuff, right? And the Game of Death, I think he expressed that fully. And it was obviously he's wearing the iconic yellow costume. And that iconic yellow costume was a representation of no uniform. Like in the UFC and MMA, they just wear shorts, right? That's what this was kind of representing. I don't wear a uniform. I don't wear a gi. I don't wear Kung Fu suit. I don't wear nothing, right? And then he goes through a level, like a video game, and each level he fights a different style. And what he was trying to prove and show in this movie with his martial arts was, with no style, for me having no style and not being married to one style and being able to flow, I will be able to conquer all martial arts styles, the ones that he fought. So he didn't do style against style. He didn't do his style against their style. He adapted based on the martial arts and the environment and the opponent, be it the wearing a weapon, be it was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, whatever it is, he showed that. So that's why this is one of my favorites, because I could watch this over and over and be like, it's like a video game. It's like the original Bloodsport and those type of movies. You know, and I feel like it's a free expression of martial arts. It is like MMA, like, and this is back in the 60s. So we're talking about revolution. Sorry, back, well, what, 78 this was, but back revolutionary from a martial art perspective. So I would say this is my favorite, in my opinion. But I love all of them, to be honest with you.
It's a good choice, bro. It's a good choice. It's a hard one. I feel like with what Bruce Lee has in his, my one's Fist of Fury. Fist of Fury. Something still so powerful about that movie, about his kind of journey throughout that film of he's where he was to what he got to towards the end of it, and then how many movies replicated this film after. There's tons of. I mean, the only one I can think of is the Jet Li one.
Yeah, what was that called again? Fist of Legend.
Fist of Legend.
Donnie Yen done one.
Yeah.
I think his master. Okay, his master in this movie was Wu Ping Wu, which no, it wasn't. It wasn't. Man, Jet Li done a movie on that too. He is his last kung fu movie. He played the master. But yeah, sorry. Fearless, yeah. The Jing Dao Kung Fu School, something like that. It's all linked to
That's
this
right.
one. Yeah.
So I haven't seen it in ages, but it's the only one that comes to my head. It's that dojo scene. He goes in there, busts everybody up. You know, it's been replicated so many times. It's still.
There's a great, you know what I was laughing at? It just reminded him of a great comedy sketch by Eddie Griffin where he's talking about that scene. And then he's like, if I was in that class and my guy walks in and busts up the black belts, and then the master's like, you guys go up next. He's like, my shit is yellow, or orange. Bro, that's a funny comedy sketch, but yeah, no, great scene, and obviously this movie, you know, showed the dynamics of, you know, what happened with Japan and China, the dehumanization of Chinese people by Japan, you know, back in World War II and all that sort of stuff.
That's right. That's right.
But I believe he was. What's his character's name? It's in my head. The Jingwu Kung Fu School. I believe this is the character that opened that school. And in Fearless, Jet Li played his master. Man, the name's in my head, man, of the character. I should have it. I don't know why it's not here.
Is it on there? Go down to the cast. I'm sure it should give you the
Shenzhen.
There you go.
Shenzhen. That's it. Yes. Yeah, brilliant movie. That's a good choice.
Good film, man. It's something to watch again, but other movies got inspired by this and still kept the kind of foundations of what this film was in their films as well. So Fist of Fury, the one that Donnie Yen did. I feel like there's other, you know, that scene with, you know, Ip Man took it as well. Yeah, it's one of those scenes that was reused over and over again, but worked so well. But I think I'm trying to remember the ending of this film. This is the one where he jumps up in the air and he kicks the sign, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
And it ends with, like, I think all the police officers because he was wanted for murder, right? I bet it was a murder. Right. Yeah, because he was getting revenge on one, or he was framed. I can't remember, but the police. He jumps up, fly kicks, very epic, and I think the police shoot at him or something like that. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, that's right. So, no, good one. That was a good one.
Brilliant. Yeah, thanks for the question, man. Thanks for the question. Yeah, hopefully
Aaron.
Yeah, you'll tag him on this, right?
I will.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, look, let's finish off with this week's retro movie reviews, and we're going to do Demolition Man 1993. This movie's brilliant. This movie's fucking brilliant, especially seeing Wesley Snipes Black as Blade just gave me this vibe back for Wesley Snipes. He's awesome as Simon Phoenix, right? That character, Simon Phoenix, was absolutely amazing, right? I'm laughing my head off with the way he's kind of like taking the piss out of everything. You know, when he's in the future and he's trying to get the new gun and he's trying to break down the glass, and the guy's like, "Oh, what seems to be your boggle?" And he's my boggle, and he just throws the guy through the window. Like, those sort of scenes make me laugh. This was one of those movies as well, where in the beginning, I love the way they ended it back. In the beginning, where Simon Phoenix, I think, Stallone's character's trying to get a code from him or where the hostages are. And Simon Phoenix makes a comment saying, I swear my head will fall off if it wasn't attached. And by the end of the movie, they bring it back and he kicks his head off. And I was like, that's a pretty cool, you know, like bring back from the beginning of the movie from a little quote that you made there. But this movie, right, the future, I was watching it and I was like, how many things, like this was supposed to be set in 2030 or something. 2032 Los Angeles. And when you look at the cars, you're like, they're not too off with that, right? The self-driving cars like Teslas and shit, we have that now. The new Neuralink, right? When they have the Badoosh between Neuralink and whatnot, they're working on that now, right? There's a few patients out there that's already got a chip in their head to work on new. So they're getting a couple of things right, but obviously the premise of the movie and that future was based on a communist sort of way, right? In the sense that you can't think, you can't eat, salt's banned, like burgers are banned. Everything that's a bit bad for you is banned. You're not allowed to think for yourself, all that sort of stuff, which ultimately builds a society of peace, but a very restricted way of living. And if you don't follow this way of living, then you're demonized as a human being and you've got to go live in the sewers or whatnot, which you saw they were called the rebels or whatnot, just because maybe I wanted a burger, or maybe I want to eat some soap. Like it was literally taken away. The way they had the philosophy was the only way you can gain peace is by taking everyone's rights away to do anything or think of anything, right?
Yeah.
Which ultimately takes away your freedom of speech, your freedom of think, your freedom of will. It takes that away. You know, other movies in the future touched on this, like Equilibrium and all that stuff, you know, take away emotions or whatnot. But that's the way they saw peace.
That's right.
And the main villain, obviously, the guy who incorporated this lifestyle, obviously, he had a certain agenda, which was like business or whatnot. But the futuristic side of things was pretty awesome. And Simon Phoenix it's fun to see those cavemen, as they call them, in that future because they were just war. And also the other scene when every time you swear, the thing goes, John, what's his name? Like, whatever. John Spartan. Yeah, like, John Spartan, you've been
John
fine,
Spartan.
whatever. And what I love was what they kept really good was, even if it was a normal scene and they're arguing, he'll be like, you swear, and in the background you hear John Spartan.
Yeah.
That shit was funny, man. Great movie, man. Really fun movie.
Excuse me. No, it's a good film, bro. I think we're coming to that time where things are crazily getting similar to what we saw in movies back then. And Stallone still smashed it. I don't care, man. I think it's a great film. Stallone absolutely smashed that. And it's great set pieces, bro. You know, they're showing LA in the future, bro. I love the way LA looked, but then down in the gutter games with the rat burger scene, I was like, excuse me.
Yeah, definitely. No, I think this movie is one of those cult classic movies, so fun to watch. And when I say cult classic, it's just like the premise of the movie, and then the like every time they think of something that's like the guys who were living in suit, they look like they were from Mad Max. It always looked like this rogue state, and then there's this vision of how they're supposed to look. And Wesley Snipes at the end, they were all looking like they dressed like from Mad Max. The Mad Max set a premise of what savages, quotation mark, looks like in a civilized world, in a so-called civilized world. Savages always look in that sort of thing. But even like there was a scene when at the end where and also what again rewatching the movie, what you realize is the guy unfroze Simon Phoenix, and during his rehabilitation process, they gave him all this. It was weird. They gave him all these smart abilities to like crack computers and be even more of a dangerous person, all that sort of stuff, because they had an agenda to use him to kill the rebellion leader who was underground, right? And then John Spartan, his rehabilitation or whatever was like sewing and shit like that. Anyway, there was a scene at the end where they were unfreezing criminals, and Simon Phoenix brings up Jeffrey Dahmer, you know, the fucking serial killer. And I was like, holy shit. Back then, I would never have known. Now I've seen the documentary. And he was like, Jeffrey Dahmer, I love that guy. I'm like, that guy was a fucking serial killer. But it just goes to show how much of a serial killer Simon Phoenix was, because he was a raw dude.
Exactly. Oh, no, bro, brilliant movie. Great film. If you guys haven't seen Demolition Man, I don't know what your boggle is, man.
Such a good scene.
Yeah, I don't know what your boggle is, because that is such a great film. And Snipes, bro, peak. He was peak at his time, bro. Great martial artist as well, without a doubt, 100%. He had some great scenes in that, bro. It was visually good to look at as well, bro. That's one thing I enjoy about some of the movies from the 80s. And what I noticed watching that Robocop TV series yesterday was visually they look stunning, bro. It looks really good.
It's
I
weird,
love the
isn't
look of
it?
the 80s and
Yeah.
90s. They look better than some of the movies we get now. Because some movies, like with the Union, listen, good fun watch. There are you when you watch it, we'll talk about it, but it was so clean, bro. It's HD. I can see it's clean. I miss that gritty, raw film look, bro. You know, I don't know. That's just me, innit?
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. There's something about like when you look at Robocop in that 80 movies, and we'll do a retro movie on him. But this movie itself, you know, again, the shadings, the color, the darkness, the rubble, and it's not, it looks messy. It's like the camera's old. So it looks like the picture that is taken is having grittiness, which I think in those type of movies, when you're showing, right, where you're trying to show an LA that's fucked up, when you're trying to show an underground that's fucked up, it emphasizes on the grittiness. You know what I mean? Like, imagine that movie in HD. Now, above the world, LA looks beautiful. You want to see that in HD. But when you go below the
Exactly.
world, you wanna have a gritty scene, like, and whatnot, to
Yeah,
make
yeah,
it
yeah.
look like this is old and busted and whatnot. There's an element to that.
Exactly.
There's an art to it. And the 80s movies all kind of had that by default because of the cameras. But I agree, like, you know, I wouldn't want to see Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, original, the first one in HD. I wouldn't want to see that because I like the
No,
darkness and the grittiness and the way they look and everything. I like that.
all of that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, great movie,
Same
man.
here.
I love this, man. I love this movie. The seashell stuff cracks me up. I don't even know how they use it, to be honest. Because
So how do you use it then, bro?
I was thinking, do you
Let's
just
put the
straight
question out there to the people. Guys, what do you guys think? Put it in the comments. Let us know. What were the free shows for? But G-Man, what was your thoughts? Like what were they using it for?
Well, because obviously I'm trying to think because they're supposed to be super hygienic there. They don't even touch, bro. You can't even high five or whatnot in that
Oh
era,
yeah, yeah,
right?
that's right.
We're
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about like even like this like a COVID thing, bro. Remember that we couldn't even touch each other. But
Oh
that was like
wow.
how crazy is that, right? So you couldn't even touch. So I'm trying to think. They're supposed to be super hygienic. So how do you use the seashells? And they're not personal seashells, meaning that everyone reuses them, right? So I was thinking, like, do you use the seashells to scrape your booty or and then wash it? But that's butters because you're still smudging it. The best way is a bidet and you wash your booty. But what was the thought behind a seashell that's the most cleanest way to clean your booty? And to this day, I
Hold
don't
up,
know.
bro.
But there must
This
be
is why I
something
love
online.
AI. Hold on, that's what I'm checking. You check on YouTube or Google. I'm
I'm
gonna
I,
see
I
what
I'm a god.
ChatGTP
I
says.
was just about to go to ChatGPT. Go on, you tell me what it says.
Yeah.
Wait, should I type it in here?
Go, you know what? Put it up on the screen. Let's see it, bro. Type it
Wait,
up and put it up on the screen.
let's share the screen and
Share
let's
the
see what.
screen and do it. This is jokes.
All right, I'm gonna write in Demolition Man. Let me copy and paste this.
Yeah.
Basic. I can't even see the. Oh right, in Demolition Man movie, how are you supposed to use the three
Shows.
seashells?
Shows.
All right, let's see what it says. Let's see what ChatGPT says. The
The use of the
use
go on, you read it.
Sorry, yeah, I'm trying to move my thing. So the use of the three seashells in the movie Demolition Man is one of the most enduring mysteries. The film 1993 doesn't explain how the three seashells are used, leaving it up to the audience imagination. Okay,
Okay.
the movie. In the
Okay.
movie, the protagonist John Spartan, played by Sylvester Stallone, finds himself in a future where, okay, it's talking about the movie, where the traditional toilet paper has been replaced by these three seashells in a restroom. By the way, toilet paper is still butters, man. Smudging that on you is still not clean. That's butters. When he asked them how to use it, the other characters laugh with no explanation given. Over the years, the ambiguity has led to various fan theories and jokes about how the seashells might work, ranging from humorous to
The bizarre.
bizarre. The film screenwriter Daniel Waters has mentioned in interviews that he came up with the idea because he wanted something futuristic
Futurist.
and quirky, but he didn't have a specific method in mind on how they would actually be used. In short, the exact method of using the three seashells remains a humorous mystery.
No man, not humorous, man. Humorous, bro.
Humorous mystery, and that's part of the fun. Okay. My reading made that even more hilarious. Well, there you go, guys. Nobody knows. Use your imagination. I'm sticking to a bidet because that's the best way to clean your booties and the most hygienic way. But that's a fun fun thing.
Or use a Bodna, man.
Bodna
You don't know
game.
what a Lota or a Bodna is. Get in that game, guys. Get in that games.
In
In
Dubai,
that
we
games.
have
Or carry wet wipes with you.
we have the spray, man. It's awesome. You
Spray,
just
man. Spray your body up.
spray the booty.
That's it.
Demolition Man. Sandra Bullock was awesome in it. Yeah,
Yes.
great movie, man. Really enjoyable, easy to watch again. I love going back and watching a movie and be like, oh, this is easy to watch. There's no struggle of like, oh man, this is kind of boring or that's cheesy. Nope. Great movie to just put on, watch. Prime, in shape, Sylvester Stallone. Prime, Wesley Snipes. Simon Says, just a brilliant sort of like villain. Like, you know, Simon Says die. Simon Says like, come on, man. That's just, I think that's just wicked. So yeah, I really enjoyed that movie, man.
No, so good, man. Definitely a good one. Definitely a good one.
Cool, man. That's it, man. That is it for this week's show, man. Guys, if you haven't watched Demolition Man, check it out. And
Definitely, man. Simon
anything
Says.
else? Yeah, anything else, bro, before we finish up?
No, that's it. I think. Oh, well, I'll be in Birmingham next week for work, and then I don't even know if we've got any screeners next week. I need to double check, but it could be for the following week. I need to double check. I didn't realize there's could be some screeners, but I'm in Birmingham, so I need to sort out who can go to them. Nah, nothing much, man. Guys, massive thank you as always, man. I'm gonna walk this one out and say, guys, please click the links in our description and in our social media. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Twitter, X, formerly known as Twitter. Just type in the Brothers Geek Out podcast, it'll always come up. But donation links are in the bios to help the people of Palestine. Massive thank you for the love that you guys share with us as well. And give us some questions for next week that we can, what's our favorite movies and stuff like that. So, or any questions or anything you guys would like us to cover.
Pop that in Instagram again. Like, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that again. But yeah, all right, guys. One love, man.
All right, we out.
Peace.